from Kedge. Those shots felt very much on target.
Timing there for Furia to stay up as 4. May have been difficult to get that res, actually, if he goes down in that spot. It's too far down the hill. You're in so many sight lines. Was that the player?
Yeah.
It was. Oh, dear. Gaming Stars controlling the bridge crossing over that central island. And you can have all the loot truck you want, but it's not going to matter if you lose your players too early. And that's exactly what happens to Pandem. Gaming Stars looking to camp this one out.
Why not? I think Gaming Stars, they have had a tremendous step up from a team that's relatively unknown in terms of players. Being here on the main stage and just holding their own versus some of these top squads has been very, very nice to see. Even some of the fights that they've been taking, it hasn't felt like they were floundering. A lot of times feeling like they had this really good idea of what they wanted to do next, how they wanted to go about it. I think it's been impressive to see. And look at that spray down. Like, that is a fast vehicle to track.
Nails it. Real nice stuff coming on through. And maybe, ooh, after losing another. He's right out into the spray that he just faced down. Maybe worried about the vehicle's tyres getting off there, not super safe, but not too sure on the decision there from Leon to step out that way.
Yeah, maybe Adren first as well, potentially. Circle does move down towards that southwest, so we do have Center Island between the river in play. It's a little bit more leaning towards that northern side, so teams are still pretty happy with their rotation towards the north, but the likes of Gaming Stars, they're very happy to hang out around Boatyard.
Still maintain a lot of pressure from that south side. Yet to see teams really push towards that west edge flank, close towards Ruins, maybe even up towards Everest, but you've got teams who are rotating in late, like Aurora, who have just about come level with Pachinki, and do need to go a little bit further, who could potentially take up a position like that.
4 thrives inside their building. On the southeast side, we've got some tremendous energy in the arena today, by the way. Nice to have the crowd alongside with us, as always. Yeah, I mean, you're not hitting that. He hit some, but getting the full confirm on it, very unlikely. Save the ammo.
Okay, trying to roll in on the south side of Rozhok. Leading the charge with the hovercraft there. Nice little point break for them. Find actually the remnants of Pandem here on the menu. They're going to roll all the way up, and immediately that first shot comes on through. However, it's more than likely that they're going to divert and assume that's a 4-player squad up there.
Well, I think for Geeke, it's just really easy to rotate in with the hovercraft, right? It's a super easy thing to do, get a lot of information. The thing's tanky as all hell, so you can afford just to rock up. Arena takes some shots over towards 7-2-1. 7-2-1 losing players doesn't really worry me too much, though, because I feel like this team plays
I don't think anyone wants to send into Rozhok, so for me, I think Pandem do have a long time left in this lobby, probably at least 10 minutes.
Okay, Ulf getting into position. Yeah, still is 4. Scarface a little low here, but should be very recoverable. Currently just trying to clear out the northeast side of the lobby. They've got Goat coming in, flash down towards their southeast, passing by Yaz Bridge. See what they can get done with this. This is a very nice position to hold out teams that are trying to take any of these bridge crossings on the eastern side of the map. But similarly, they don't really have a central spot here, so do worry for Ulf overall.
Approaching it just got tougher for Ulf. Goodness me, that east side is looking so messy. And Blank, Boatyard's looking great right now on that south edge. You've got Aurora as well. Look at that split that they've got at the moment, obviously coming in late towards this circle from that south side. They've got control over so much of this, and they have the pick of the litter when it comes to spots.
Definitely benefits you in a big way here for these squads. For Aurora, they can pick up Castle. They've got an outpost over towards that northwest side. They're fairly certain the teams aren't going to be coming over towards them. Furia taking shots as they rotate through Aura. They just need to keep teams at bay around them. So accurate shots are super helpful to divert teams, right? Corral them like sheepdogs.
Trying to make it work. Furia on the road. Looking to be safe, actually, in their pursuit. As we hop over the 4 thrives, and it's okay to go down first. As Zypher wins the challenge and sits down for a second. S2 team not able to stop him doing what he wants here. Zypher doing bits. 7-2-1 and GOAT team clash too.
7-2-1. GOAT team in position. Rahan pulling off some miracles once again.
Faster stand for them. A nade, that might be the end of them. Doesn't quite get the knock or the flush, which means this res can come through, but they're stepping back into another nade.
No.
Oh, it's looking nasty. And they both go down to it. A long lob on that one. And Focus takes down 7-2-1 in second place.
I mean, for 7-2-1, it's been a lot of living, right? It's been a lot of living from this squad. Kind of playing out a little bit cautiously. Like I said in the past, for 7-2-1, their playstyle is not going to win them a tournament. But it's certainly going to get them up the tables, and this is great experience overall. Silence goes down first. They're playing underneath the bridge here. That nade isn't quite good here from Solus. Needs to get it to dip a little bit more, so he backs up just slightly. That one, well, I don't know what to say about that one.
Not quite as on target, but the fact that Ulf have managed to get here, Blank. Remember, they were all the way out on the east side, on the north of the river. They now have a really good surround on this bridge position. They got one player towards the south, and Solus, I think, is in a lot of danger there. It's likely that he may not see out the entirety of the match, but in this position for now, Ulf have a lot of control.
Well, Solus needs to play that spot. In the meantime, BTR rocking over towards TT Project. TT Project in a little bit of trouble here. One player already down, and now Epheus outside in the blue as BTR looks to move up, and they are surrounding.
Ooh, and they're not quite finding it, and there's just so much pressure to be felt. Xerax goes down last, and he takes one of them out, but this zone is resolvable, but not for much longer, Blank. They're going to have to get in the vehicles and move forwards, and BTR want to stay as 4, and Aura are in the way.
Aura on a big split. They are looking for any targets that they can find on the northern side. No way this circle drops down towards the south once again, keeps Boatyard in, but centralizes that island.
I think at the moment, I'm looking at Ulf, right? It needs to be a regroup coming through from Eren. I don't think that they can withstand that as a solo in the position that he's in, with Irina there, with the rest of GOAT team there, with Aura, BTR, Aurora, all on the north side. I feel like Ulf may need to consolidate.
Ulf definitely need to pull back together here, but how do you get Eren back across towards you? Island finish would be phenomenal here at PMGO. At the grand finals, Ayala, though, opens up over towards Solus. He was the one protecting them from these players. Hasn't gone down yet, though, but how do they pick him up?
And I'm losing another player. They're now down to 1. This is on the exit from Rozhok. They have to shimmy west. Boom, yet to leave. They know there's another player here, which makes it dangerous to try and step out of Rozhok, move towards the hills on the west side of it. But one more player to handle. Ren. A nice nade over the top does figure out the position of the player, and now 2 players going to roll down a challenge. Won't go this way. That is a nice little cleanup coming through from Boom.
Eren, in the meantime, cracks Ayala. Will find the shot. BTR get put down on the approach to Aura, like you were saying, and a cross angle coming through from Aurora. Eren started off in a big way here versus Furia. More damage coming through. Scarface needs to hit these nades. Nice shot from Eren from up on top on such low HP. A critical moment. Chief, the backstop there, now down, and Furia's in a spot above her.
Oh, and nades are pouring in from the duo of Ulf, who sit on this side of the river. The drop back, and the nades are coming from all angles. Furia fall, and they are down now with 37 points. Potential for Aura to jump on up, and potential for Ulf to join them.
Ulf is now in an incredibly good spot here. I think they're getting the res off. I think they did just grab it in the midst of all that. He was bleeding out the entire time. Really, really dangerous coming through for Ulf, but they make it happen. And now they have full control over center circle. Oda now looking over towards E-Arena. They're passing on through. Two teams that need to take control of the north side. They've got Goat, the Remnant, down towards the south.
They crashing in on the south edge. Boom, trying to make their way in, but it's such a hard wall to come up against here. They crash two more after getting the first flush, and will look for the rest of GK. The drop down not going to go his way, as El Beryl still just rolling up these stairs, trying to take the rest of GK with them. They had a scrap with them before, one in through the window. Okay, they're going to slip right past one another there, and it's a bit chaotic on the inside. Boom now down to one, and GK not getting the answers that they need.
El Beryl with the AKM, still using the 7.62 to his advantage. Takes a fair bit of damage, has to dip back. Last first aid kit for him. Last chance for Boom up against GK.
Steps into the fight once more. Nade down the stairs could be all it takes, but the spray down looks tight. El Beryl not going to walk into it though. Another challenge. The nade starting to run dry, you'd imagine. He's still got the one in the pocket. Where's he going to put it though? I feel like might be a little bit of a waste here. Not going to find anything.
We are getting an island finish.
Oh no.
We are dropping towards the island here. Water abound, surrounding on all sides. You're going to have to pull up the drawbridge here because we've got a moat.
Huge moat. EK still struggled to dispatch the final player from Boom. The bounce down the stairs, maybe enough.
How's he lived that?
Just slipped past it. Just about able to shoulder out the way. The Forthrights are going to rock up into the engagement. It's been nasty up till now, but it's getting harder. Doc helps them out. Oh no, hang on a minute. It's Gaming Stars who are helping them out. IQ and Hazaifa both fall. And Boom are still in this one.
For Gaming Stars, you just wonder why we're not aggressing on this. There's a lot of space you can pick up for yourself. Ulf moves over to try and capitalize on the fight happening on that northern side between Aurora as well as E-Arena.
Are really chiming in on this, and the Arena come out the victors of that fight, but Ulf are looking to move through. They smelt that blood in the water. A little bit more damage would be all it takes. Back on board with our garage engagement. Forthrights with 2, GK with 2 as well. El Beryl just trying to find anything he can. Pokes his nose up the stairs. I mean, that's a real risk. Ragnarok, though, trading nades up and down. El Beryl back to the front room.
El Beryl stuck in the midst of these two squads. Somehow the healthiest out of all of them. I don't know how that's happened. AKM haul he's got for these close engagements. The nade's close, El Beryl lived it, but remember, no more first aid kits.
Very, very low. The bandage is there, and he will fall down. Forthrights now into a 2 versus 2. Falak charging forwards first. GK on the top floor. They should know that there are still players here. They should know. Doesn't feel like they're acting like it though, as Goat team line up an off angle across the river.
Flash in the meantime able to silently swim across, scuba gear into action. Forthrights coming off themselves a chicken dinner. Now looking to push a little bit further here. Good nade should confirm the flush on that one.
Ooh, Falak as well, turning the corner immediately. Waiting on the door frame now. Last player from GK and a taken shot from the off angle. Gaming Stars with the assist. And it is another point picked up, coming through for Forthrights, who are looking to charge up the tables, but it's about Ulf right now, Blank. I feel like they are in such a solid spot. It's going to be so tough to deal with them.
They're taking out a lot of the main contenders there as well. With Flash moving across, they're able to take shots towards them with the help of S2G. That's yet another team cleared. For Ulf, they're on 8 eliminations this game. They can push very far up the tables. And for them, this has been a very difficult rotational path to get towards this location. And I think they've handled it fairly magnificently. For Solus as well, took his opportunity, took his task to heart in terms of holding down the guys from Furia. Yes, he gave his life for it, but you've got the likes of Eren, who were able to pop off in those moments.
That solo position for Eren was absolutely pivotal, you're right. Being on that open ground, on that off angle, getting rid of Furia from it as well, and a really timely regroup as soon as they went down. The circle does shift right on top of this island again, Blank, so the North duo for Ulf can start to think about regrouping. The great news is that they have so much control over this area, they can just freely move around it in a way that nobody else is going to be able to.
The real issue for Ulf right now is that they want to play on this bridge spot, right? It gives them a lot of cover from a lot of the other teams, but it means you're lacking vision on some of these coastal negotiations, right? These embankments where teams are going to swim underwater, they're going to get close to you, and suddenly there'll be different teams in the midst. So for Ulf, they need to be very aware that this area could get super compact very quickly. And how do they want to deal with that? They know that there's at least 2 teams on the north side. So maybe they deal with that first. They try and create a barricade over towards the northern edge of the circle, try and swipe across. You already see Scarface starting to swim out.
And what S2G are off the mark as well, with 2 players looking to go pretty deep into this one, with 1 player on the islands. They have more than most can attest to onto this one. Gaming Stars also looking to expand their influence on the south edge. 4 Thrives, unfortunately they lost those 2 players on the run-up, but they're playing as 2, have to move once more. Get across, but yeah, okay. It was only a matter of time before someone spots them. I'm surprised that Irina hasn't taken shots either. There's a solo, Mormon will have the ability to just take GOAT team out.
Moment, yeah, should get some free points off the back of this one.
Ooh.
But 4 Thrives with a super long shot down range for Lack. We'll find that. And that puts 4 Thrives up into the top 5 here, in 2nd place on the leaderboards.
Beautiful stuff. They're looking to charge the top title. With 37 points, Furia, though, still a bit of a distance away. Dinner would put them over the top there. Falak looking to try and get rid of as many players from Gaming Stars as he can, but it's a very tall order, Blank, and the far side of the bridge is going to start to chime in too, because no one's really starting to control that east flank anymore.
Ulf starting to flex out a little bit. I think they're realizing there isn't any more teams left on that northern edge now. Force goes down, Ketch will pick that one up from a very, very long back line. Nice.
Oh, Falak for the first opener. The shotgun shot down there.
Gaming Stars are injured.
They absolutely are. They've taken a knock from another angle as well. They are starting to suffer. Only 1 player on 2 different points, and S2G have got both sides of this river covered. They've got a player on that boatyard area as well as on the central island. I don't know if they're aware of Yusuf. I think they may well be now. You can see there is a trade back and forth, and now 4 Thrives can move along this one until Ulf start to march in.
4 Thrives just trying to confirm the points off the back of this. Hamzy G, player with a lot of renown in the game. Now looking to find some more shots, some more points for S2G, because anything counts at this point in time. They've already like 4x their amount of points they had from the beginning of this one.
Real great results compared to what they found before. That circle does take us just off of the south coast as well, which means Gaming Stars have to lead. 4 Thrives looking across as well. There's the first on the lineup, getting another knock. Falak looks for more as well, but that's the answer, and that's the worry from Ulf. They can start to move forwards and encircle everybody trying to cross. I don't see anyone but Ulf taking this.
Ulf's been so careful. They've pretty much commandeered the entirety of the northern side of this island. They cleared out everything methodically. Now they know there is nothing on this northern side. They can completely overwhelm the bank. 4 Thrives does go down at the hands of Ketch, a previous MVP of days gone past, but this man is now working his way up to be back at the top with the best.
S2G up into a 2nd place, but already losing one of them. And this is magnificent stuff coming through from Ulf. With 1 player left standing, Hamzy's on the far side, does need to cross, doesn't have any way to do so. A big opener onto Eren, may be able to find it, but now position is given away. They know exactly what they're playing against, and there is no way that he's going to be able to find it.
Good shot.
Eren pins him to the back wall there, and Ulf line up a staircase for them to climb those tables nice and fast.
They should be zooming towards the top of the tables there alongside with Fury and the likes of 4 Thrives. That's a big game for them. We know Ulf can do it. This team is extraordinary in terms of the talent they have on board. Some wild players from across the region of Turkey all coming together as this Turkish super squad. Great to see them actually performing on the main stage.
Absolutely. 4 Thrives as well did very well late into that match, Blank. They got up into the top 3. I think they had 8 elims as well. I think they pushed past 30 points off the back of that game. So a great result for the Pakistani team, as well as for Ulf, and as well as S2G, right? If nothing else, it was a little momentum builder. If they can keep that going, we know what they can do on Earth.
It's so funny seeing the guys from Ulf, because I remember all these guys in the past. I remember them with very different faces. They're all grown up now, but they're looking to grab the win here at PMGO.
And we get a boatyard bridge finish in match number 3. And one team in particular absolutely dominated it, and it was Ulf.
Oh, the Wolves are better when they hunt in pack. And you know what? Finally, a full team finish 7 from Ulf that we've been asking for pretty much since day 1. And this is it. We finally get that strong finish. And not only is he 1-2, right? You were playing down under the bridge. And the timing of engaging that fight, especially onto Aurora, that I know you're very adamant about, was beautifully executed.
It really was. The 2-2 split for this squad. We were asking for them to just commit to a fight. We were asking for them to actually just stick to a fight.
Don't doubt yourself.
Yes.
Exactly. Use that fragging power that you have. They ended up sending Scarface and Kedge, if I'm not mistaken, to just scout that area when they were fighting, when Aurora was fighting E-Arena, and it worked out wonders because once they ended up clearing that, they just had so much control of the circle.
I just hope this game is going to remind them that they are just a menace, even on the global stage, and that when they have the players, they have that opportunity to get those wins.
Let's take a look here at the final blow, and here's some of those in-game comms from these players.
Eren bana bak, girdim ben. Gidiyor. Nice. Öldü bunlar. Şuraya koşuyorum. Koşuyorum. Kayaya geçiyorum. Geç. Neredeler? Kayanın orada bir yerde. Hayır, kayanın orada bir yerde. Altında kayanın bir yerinde. Sıktı, duydum. Tekrar yerin nerede? İnfo verme. Bilmiyorum, diğerlerini bilmiyorum. Bir kaldı. Sakin ol. Burada olabilir. Burada. Emin misin? Evet, emin misin? Burada, aynen. Bak. Neyi tutuyorsun, bak da çıktı. At bakayım. Nice!
Nice indeed there. 1-2 finish on the side of Turkey as we're going to see Ulf there with putting up some pretty serious numbers here, Max.
Yeah, I mean, I like what Black was saying earlier, right? It's just like, he remembers those boys back in the day when it was Fireflux. And you know what? The embers of Fireflux are still not fully extinguished because they just get so many big numbers. Eren in particular, and Ketch. And you know what's finally seen some good numbers from Solis and Scarface that until this point 7 were a little bit too silent in my opinion.
Yeah, and I gotta give some props to Eren too, because the off angle that he was able to get on the players from Fourth Drives, just stopping that momentum that Fourth Drives was having, and on giving props to some players, I gotta give props to Falak. My goodness.
Yes.
For him to, at one point, you wanted him to crash into the water. He said, no, I want to go take those fights. I want to win that MVP. And he was able to do just that with those 5 eliminations.
If it was anyone else, I'd like go in the water. But I did indeed, as you said, 7, forgot. We're talking about Falak. So if he can take a fight, chances are he's going to go for it. But sure, Falak is MVP. But the reason why he is MVP is because he was set up by the long-range assistance of T24.
Yep.
T24, you know, compared to the rest of the team, maybe not the main core fragger. You're looking mainly a little bit more at Huzaifa and Falak. But here, he was so important to the success of Fourth Drive. So sure, Falak is here, but the entire team just did so good.
And this goes hand in hand with what I was saying for Fourth Drives after that performance that we had in the previous match, in the first Erangel. And it was none other that Falak needs to start performing. And he did just that. Not only when they were taking the fight between Boom and Geeke, they came out on top. And then for him to just have the awareness to push and actually want the fight with Gaming Stars, they were throwing nades for the longest time. He waited for that Gaming Stars player to just cook that nade, and then he fully sent it. Beautiful play by Falak.
Tell you what, guys, I mean, this has been one crazy match indeed. We have seen pretty interesting things here off the rip. We saw a GOAT take out 7-2-1, And with that, we saw the top 3 teams go out pretty early. That gave a huge opportunity for squads to catch up on the leaderboards.
Well, I like it. It's going to make things a little bit more interesting as you get into the next games today. But with 23 points this time around on the grassy pastures, going to be really happy about it before Thrives. I wonder, with a strong finish like that, actually, right? So top 3, 8 eliminations, really good game. How high are they going to be on the rankings? Because keep in mind, their record, TMWC last year was top 7. Can they get anything higher than that?
If I'm not mistaken, they're going to be sitting in 2nd place, depending
Really?
on... Yeah, Furia had a pretty healthy lead, and I think with this points, they should go up to that 2nd place. And yeah, Furia getting 0 points, enough. One thing, though, that we're starting to see, I don't know if you were going to talk about the same thing, but Aura.
Yes, I was going to say.
They're starting to slow down, Max.
Good rondo, and it's been like, kind of going downhill from there on out on Arango in particular. But oh no! It is going to be Furia falling from their throne, and it is going to be Ulf taking it up. Oh my goodness, here going up to 39 points, a 2-point difference, and 4 Thrives also looking so strong, Hot Jukes, on that podium.
Looking super strong. Yeah, you said 2nd player. How about 1st? Oh, all the way up with 39. 4 Thrives with 34, looking really good. 7-2-1 go all the way down to 6. That just goes to show, right? Every single game counts, and then you still got Bigatron there in 8th, 7. But one good game for them, they could really get in the mix.
Yeah, you were talking earlier in regards to 7-1, just going all the way down. It came down because Goat Focus just threw the most amazing nade that was able to get 2 players, and that was it for 7-1. Now, as we go here towards the 2nd page, some teams I'm going to be looking at, Max, is none other than Aurora. We need to see some kind of reaction for them because for this squad, I mean, they're able to get the eliminations, but as you can see, 0 placement points. They need to find a way to stay alive longer.
And they had so much potential this game too, macro-wise. They were playing Box Compound to the west, and I was hoping maybe for them to go for a quick rotation down south into Ruins, maybe even enter into Boatyard and backstab Gaming Stars, but here they stood to the mountainside, and clearly things did not work out as intended.
For Aurora, I will have to give them props. I enjoyed the 2-2 splits that they were doing. They were confident 2-2 splits, trying to, especially with what the circle was giving us at that point in Circle 3. They ended up just regrouping in Box Compound, but with that fight on E-Arena, it just took way too long.
And especially Ulf, as you said earlier, right, willing to commit to a fight. They saw there was that kink in the armor, that weakness that was just really showcased by Aurora. They saw that opportunity, sent it,